Guys, today we're going to talk about something super cool, which is a Compagnucci 2-stroke over Nitro. You can choose either one, 8-scale on-road cars. These things were sold between, I think the earliest I figured out was like end of 99, and I think they discontinued the Nitros. This is a guess, around 2015, 2016. But they do still sell an electric version of this thing. So fall of 99, a fat special issue of RC Car Action magazine. Again, fall of 99. This is the only ad I've ever seen on these things. So this is what we got. It's a half-page ad. It just is introducing Compagnucci's ignition racers, the ultimate reliability. They're showing the Land Rover, they're showing the VW, they're showing everything. And they're showing you the bags they come in. Everything is included, all tech marketing. Now these things, they could run on either 2-stroke or Nitro, but the difference between, now these things were designed to run on both 2-stroke and Nitro. And the difference being is, in the owner's manual, is literally the length of the needle. That's all you're going to change. Now, I didn't have the short needle for the Nitro, so what I wanted to do with this one, I had no instructions. I just had to figure this thing out, other than I knew that it was dual fuel. I just added a pressure port to the fuel tank and then ran everything through. And this guy actually ran pretty good on that setup. Now this guy, I spent quality time painting it. These bodies do not have a protective film on them, so I had to tape this entire body off. I painted it in just Traxxas red, not any particular color red. But let's pull the lid off this thing and get through some of the key features of it. Guys, this one's brand new, never been run, and obviously that one's never been ran. This guy's been ran on the bench, but I have yet to actually put this guy on the road. That distinguished accomplishment is, that'd be Rob Rismo. He took one, got his running, didn't run great, but he did get it on the road, so he beat me to that. But I'm gonna be the first guy on the internet to run a brand new Compagnucci. Guys, check this thing out. It is pretty freaking awesome. Engine looks just amazing. It's got a little fan built inside that fan shroud. The batteries are twin 4.8 4-cell nickel metal hydrides. These things are branded Compagnucci. I think the other one is actually branded Sanyo, but these things do not have on-off switches. You just plug one into your receiver, and the other one, let's see if I get this thing out, you plug it into your CDI box. If I can get my finger on that one. Pimp hand, do better pimp things. So you're just basically going to plug them both in. You hit them with, they give you a proprietary starter shaft on this thing, and it's a one-way bearing, and then she'll fire up. It's got what they call pit stop fueling, which is just this little piece right here. You push it down with the tip of your fuel bottle, fill it up, a vent hose on it. Now these things, this guy and this guy are set up for 2-stroke. This guy runs pretty good on Nitro. Now they come with an Airtronics, Compagnucci branded, 2-channel radio. It's an Airtronics, branded AM radio. So guys, let me get set up on a tripod and we're gonna get this thing running. So these things come with the charger, and it's kind of cool because the charger has twin leads on it. So you can charge up both batteries at the same time. It's got a little charger like the old Dynamite chargers, and it just clicks backwards. But the problem is it takes a cigarette lighter plug. So what I did is I took it into the Nitro shop, and I charged it up on just my regular LiPo charger, a nickel metal hydride. So I hit it each battery twice for probably 15 minutes. We're going to take the LiPo checker, which also checks nickel metal hydride, 5.3 volts on that one. We're looking for 4.8, so we know that one's good. This one will do the same thing, 5.3 volts. So we know our batteries are good. So we are ready to put batteries in the controller, and we're going to put some fuel in this thing. Guys, Bezos for the win. Got my Amazon batteries in it. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We turn this thing on. Oh, we got a red light. All right, so from there, we are going to grab one battery. We're going to stick it in, and it's weird. This receiver only takes JST plugs. I don't think you could actually run it on a Futaba style. All right, so we got steering. We got throttle. All right, guys, so let me do this. Let's go ahead and pause this for a second. I'm going to fill it up, and we're going to see if she's going to make the noise. All right, guys, so I secretly had to replace the chassis here with the other one because the one-way bearing and the clutch went bad and she wouldn't start. So I went in and swapped over the receiver, swapped over the battery pack, because this guy, which is the Compagnucci branded, I haven't charged this battery. I don't even know if it's any good, but I know this battery's good. So let's go ahead and put some fuel in her. Okay, so fuel tank is full. Let's plug our ignition in. Let's see if we can get this thing to make some noise. We'll get into a little bit later about the differences to these two chassis, because unfortunately I can't run the Ferrari F50 body on this thing. I'm going to have to run the Land Rover body. But let's see if she'll run. Guys, I'm going to dig into the manual real quick and figure out how to get that idle down, because that idle gap is about 4 or 5 mil. Alright guys, so what I had to do, I wasn't getting enough throttle, and then once I got enough throttle on my throttle trim, I couldn't trim it back down. So what I wound up doing was I went ahead and pulled the throttle horn and just moved it over 2 teeth on the servo, and it seems to be working pretty good. So let's see if she'll make the noise, idle, and do the thing. Guys, I'm pretty happy with that one. And guys, the next thing I want to do, because I have obviously questions of how good this battery is going to be after sitting for God knows how long. We ran it a little bit. Let's see what kind of voltage we still have. We still got 510 on that one. That's decent voltage. And nope, black is always, brown is always towards the top. And 5.83. So battery's still good. We're good with that. If you guys are anything like me, you're probably dying to know what's inside this motor. So I have an extra engine that came with the Land Rover. It was in the Land Rover kit. So we're just going to spend a couple minutes. We're going to take this thing apart, figure out why it makes a noise, how it makes a noise. So your spark plug is just a standard plug. You know, it makes a spark, does the thing. It doesn't need any type of glow or ignition when you're running on nitro, because again, you're still creating a spark. It's still in time. So one plug does both fuels. We're going to put that in our little parts bucket. Second thing, let's get the carburetor off. And it's just got a standard pinch bolt. Nothing on the end of the carburetor. She does have a rubber boot inside there, and that's what's sealing your carburetor. Alright, so that looks like very blue to me. Let's pull this fan off. Okay, so she's got a little cog right here which drives the fan. Pull the fan off. I'm going to keep these two bolts together. There's a little 4-blade plastic fan there, and that's what cools the engine. It just pulls air through that head. Get that washer where a washer's supposed to go. Now if you take the flywheel off, you know, she's keyed. Looks like you have timing adjustment on this thing. This is your magnetic pickup. This is what creates the square wave, which the CDI box turns into a signal, which in turn grounds the coil, which releases the energy, which gives you spark. Kind of cool. There's a little teeny tiny magnet down here, and that is what it's actually reading to fire the CDI box. You can look at this thing. It's actually got some timing adjustment on it. I'm going to leave this one here because I'm sure that is where it's supposed to be. Let's pull this head off, see what she looks like. I'm going to do this very carefully with a Milwaukee 3/8 impact. That one was loose. That one was not. Okay, so our head comes off, and it looks like we just got a standard head button on it. Not unlike many other nitro engines out there. Let's go ahead and put our flywheel back on. See if this sleeve will come up, because it looks like it's definitely got a sleeve under that button. Of course, now it doesn't want to go back on. But our piston is certainly moving up and down. Let's go ahead and just take the entire cylinder off of it, because this has a separate cylinder which goes right through the block. Looks like you can see a little paper gasket in there too. Come on, bolts, I'd like you all to stay in this bucket so I can put everything back together. Yeah, and she's just a good old-fashioned normal piston. And there's your liner down inside there. I'm not sure. No, that liner is moving. So there is that. So we get the head button off of it. No, it doesn't look like the head button wants to move. Let me grab a... See, what do I have around here that I could use to push this thing out? I don't have anything in front of me. We're just going to leave the liner in there for right now. It looks like we got some type of engraved serial number in there. It looks like it was... It says 03. I wonder if that's 2003. Pull this back plate off and see what she looks like. And also, guys, look, she does have a piston ring inside there. You know what? There's no ring in there, so evidently this motor's been apart before, so maybe there's a reason it's probably just a parts motor. Parts engine. Sorry, I'll get that right. Sorry for the crash, guys, but you know, not paying attention. It looks like she does have a cutout for the piston. Go ahead and pop that out. Yeah, just a paper gasket, a little bit of oil inside there. And the piston, well, kind of cool. She's got an oil hole in the bottom. She's got an oil hole in each side. So it looks like this piston will go in either way. And you can tell by the scratch on the piston, this motor's been run before. Why there's no ring inside of it is kind of beyond me. But she does have a mark on the piston, so I'm assuming that's going to go towards, generally it's going to go towards the intake side on most nitros. But this is a two-stroke. Looks like it is a machine steel rod, aluminum piston. Let me go grab something and get this liner out. Alright guys, we're going to use this little tiny screwdriver to see if we can't get this sleeve out of here. I'm just going to kind of push up from the bottom. Alright. Alright, so there's our sleeve. Head button's starting to move. Looks like she does have a couple shims in her. It's Italian, so the tolerances are going to be pretty tight on this thing. Come on, Mr. Head Button. I feel you moving just a little teeny tiny bit every time. I'm not putting a bunch of pressure on it because eventually I'm going to find a ring for this thing and have it do the thing. Make the noise. There it goes. So head button's out. A couple transfer ports, exhaust port. Kind of cool. Looks like she's got two little head shims on her. Got a super long nose on the crank, but you got to accommodate the pickup, the flywheel, then there's another flywheel, a clutch belt, then your pinion gear. So kind of cool. Alright guys, so let's figure out what our next step's going to be. Alright guys, so here's my dilemma. This is the Ferrari chassis. It's got a much longer nose, and this nose piece grabs the front of this, and I spent most of the day yesterday painting and putting the stickers on that body. Problem is, I'm starting it. Check this out. There's a one-way bearing in that clutch, and that one-way bearing has broken. You look at this one, you spin it, one direction it spins your tires, the other direction it freewheels. So I guess the only thing we could really do is go into this bag, pop out the rear body mounts for this Land Rover body, and we're going to run it with the Land Rover body. So let me get that thing set up real quick. We're going to head outside. All right, guys, first run of the Compagnucci. Let's see what she does. Steering turned a little off. Let me go just a little bit to the left. Sounds very rich. Before Shay comes to work. Have it, the Compagnucci Nitro / two-stroke. Things are kind of cool. Club racers from the early 2000s. My opinion. Let me get some more miles on them. Let me get some more tune on them. But they seem pretty cool.